And you'll see the first pick here is Tattooed Chef. Have you ever found yourself uncertain about your investments and unsure about the state of the economy? So you went out there to YouTube or financial television to get some second opinions out there, and you found someone willing to give tons of predictions and lists of stocks to and you decide, oh, these people sound confident. They work in finance, so obviously they know something. But later on, you realized
they know nothing.
And you found yourself in the house of pain. Well, wouldn't it be great if there was a way to go through someone's entire history of everything they've said and check, does this person actually have any foresight? A way to do due diligence, not just on a company, but on a person and what they've said in the past. Well, Google Gemini recently released this new feature in the API that allows you to pass in YouTube videos. And along with that, you can extract information and send in prompts. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could take an entire YouTube channel, which includes channels like CNBC, where you could pass in all of their videos and extract what have they said about what's going to happen in the future, and then use an API to get all of the financial data, say from Yahoo Finance, and compare it from the time the prediction was made to what actually happened 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year out. So I made this project called YouTube Guru Analyzer, where you can pass in YouTube videos and it'll extract all of the different predictions that were made and show you what has happened since then. And I'm going to show you how to build this and share the code with you on GitHub, talk about this new feature in the Gemini API, and learn some Python so that you can build it yourself. Let's get started with the tutorial. All right, first, if you just want the code, follow me on GitHub, github.com/hackingthemarkets, and under repositories, you should see I just pushed an update and I pushed it under Gemini multimodal structured extraction. If you go to commits, you see I just pushed that 3 minutes ago and I added a new feature called Guru Analyzer, and I'm going to walk you through the code here. So I have the latest version of the code checked out locally here. I'm going to walk you through the Python code for this app. It's in youtubeguru.py. It's the entire application. And then requirements.txt has a few new dependencies that we're using. If you haven't used the Gemini API before, I did a whole video called Gemini 2.0 Flash multimodal structured extraction, which goes over some of these concepts. So if you watch that video, I walk through getting an API key using AI Studio and that sort of thing. So that's a good introduction. This video continues on that, and I've committed more code to the same repository called Gemini Multimodal Structured Extraction. You see there's some new dependencies here. So one is Streamlit. So Streamlit is what we use to create the user interface here. So you see I have that input field where I can enter in a YouTube URL. I have some headings and I can write out text dynamically depending on what I get back from the API. Secondly, I'm using Yahoo Finance. So you see here, great prediction for Kramer here, picked Eli Lilly. So since this video was uploaded, it looks like at the end of 2021 or early 2022, I show the year performance afterwards, and you see this stock performed well. So where do I get this financial data? Where do I get the stock price history? Well, if you've watched some of my videos in the past, I often use the Python Yahoo Finance package because it's very easy and free, and anyone can participate without signing up for anything. So I like to use this sometimes because I'm not making any trades or anything here. So I just want daily data, and I want to plot that stock chart. So I get the financial data. I load it into a pandas data frame, so that's a dependency. And then Altair, I'm using these Streamlit Altair charts. So this is a visualization library. And then, so that's how I display this nice stock chart right here. And so what you can do is install those dependencies with your package manager of choice. So I can do pip install -r requirements.txt to make sure those are all up to date. Some people use Poetry, some people use UV. I'm aware of that. So use whatever you want. And so here's my Streamlit app right here, and I can run it with Streamlit run youtubeguru.py, and that'll open it up. And you see at the very beginning, I just get this simple UI that says enter in a YouTube URL. So what do we import at the beginning? Well, we need a few things. First of all, we need YTDLP. So this is a YouTube library. And so what I do here is just get the metadata about the YouTube video. So YTDLP lets you either download an entire YouTube video or just get information about the YouTube video, like who the author is, when it was uploaded, and get the thumbnail. So that's what I'm using that library for. I don't need it to download the video in this case because I'm going to just have Gemini analyze it from the URL only. I'm importing pandas and Yahoo Finance so I can get Yahoo price history and load it into a pandas data frame. I'm loading Streamlit so that I can render a user interface, and I'm loading Altair here so I can customize the chart a bit. Next, I'm importing the Google Gemini libraries here and also the pydantic base model here. And this is because I'm going to do structured extraction, which I'm going to show in a minute. Next, I'm loading environment variables, which I can do here. So I'm importing from .env and loading environment variables because in the .env file here, I have my Google API key that I talked about in the last video. All right, so now that we've installed all the dependencies, done all the necessary imports, environment variables, etc., we can get to the core of the application. So the first part of this is instantiating the Gemini client, the Google Generative AI client. So I instantiate that. And then when you use this client, you need to pass in the name of the model you want to use. Now, in this particular case, you'll notice I'm using Gemini 1.5 Pro. So my last video was on Gemini 2.0 Flash, which is very cheap. But I found for analyzing these YouTube videos and getting really detailed information and extracting the most information possible, I found it was beneficial. I got better results if I use Gemini 1.5 Pro. And I think there'll probably be an official Gemini 2.0 Pro soon. And so if you want to look at the model guide under models in the Gemini documentation, you'll see the benefits of each one and the string that you would pass in. So I selected Gemini 1.5 Pro for complex reasoning tasks requiring more intelligence. And so in the documentation, you'll notice there's a new feature saying include a YouTube URL. So this was not present in my first video. In the past, you had to download it, convert it to another format, upload it, extract it, and do some extra steps to get it to do any analysis of a YouTube video. One benefit of using Google's products is these are nicely tightly integrated. Google owns YouTube, so they've already probably analyzed every YouTube video and incorporated it. And so now I can just pass in a URL directly and then pass it to the generative AI client here, and I can pass it a prompt such as, can you summarize this video? All right, so for this application, what we're trying to achieve is more complex than simply summarizing a video. In this case, I want to extract specific stock picks and extract the symbols in such a way that I can call another tool like Yahoo Finance to get the price history for each prediction they made. So in this case, I'm treating this like a structured extraction task, and so my prompt is more complex. So I have a long prompt and then a set of pedantic models that controls how the data is returned from the model. So here in my prompt, you see analyze this video, extract who is making the predictions, and summarize their background. So that's my top level video data. So I have this class called video data, and here I extract the who, like who's making the predictions, and the background of that person, and I store those as strings here. And then nested under this video object, I have a list of predictions. And so each prediction, I want the company or asset class, the symbol as a string, the timestamp of when they actually said it in the video, and what their prediction was. And so I have the top level video data, and then nested under that, I have the list of predictions. So you can see I can return a complex data structure here from the model. And so my prompt says extract the top level, like who's talking, and summarize their background. And then secondly, it says extract a list of stock picks and predictions, any price targets for specific assets, macro predictions, and general market calls, etc. And then I said for each prediction, quote and summarize the prediction, the reason for prediction, the associated company, the stock or asset or symbol, if possible, and the timestamp of the prediction. And then for my user interface, I have a Streamlit title, YouTube Guru Analyzer, and I have a text input to enter in a YouTube URL. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in a YouTube URL and click enter. And you're going to see it's going to start processing that URL. And so you see I got the outlook from this guy, Joseph Wang, the Fed guy. And this video was from December of 2023. It pulls the thumbnail and then it starts analyzing the video using the Gemini model. You'll notice this part came back first. That's because I'm using YouTube DLP, the package that I imported earlier. So I said if there's a YouTube URL that's submitted, then extract the basic information about the video. I don't need an AI model to tell me the date the video was uploaded, and I don't need it to extract the thumbnail. And so what this does is I call extract info, and that gets me a date, so I can post the date the video was uploaded and the thumbnail, and then I display that while it's processing in the background. And then below that, I show a spinner saying analyzing video. So that process takes about a minute. And then I say show time equals true, so I can show the amount of time that's elapsed. So I display the title and the date display the spinner, and then I call Gemini, and then when it's done, it'll show the results. And so you'll see when it's done, you can see that Joseph Wang here predicted the S&P 500 index at the end of 2024. He said it'd reach as high as 6,000 in 2024. Amazing call right there. I don't think anyone was saying that because S&P was like 4,000 something. So his prediction in 2023 and 2024 was pretty good. Now, anyone can be right once or twice and say the market's going to go up by 8 or 10%. That's pretty much what people say all the time. But what did this guy say for this year, which is particularly challenging because everyone came in pretty bullish, and now we've taken a turn for the worse. Was anyone talking about that? If you look at what's happening this week, you see, oh, all of a sudden, all these smart people have lowered their S&P 500 targets. Where were they in December? Now, all of a sudden, oh, our target's only 6,200 now when it was 6,500. Some people at 7,000. All those targets are now changing with this new information. But this guy gave his prediction and didn't change it December of 2024. And so let's see what Joseph Wang said. In 2025, he predicted S&P 500 will finish the year around 5,500. He thinks there will be a steep decline and then recover to around 5,500 at the end of the year. And you see, we've already had a steep decline and we're already at 5,500. So I think he even thought it would fall lower than that. And so my opinion from watching his videos is that he's done a great job. He talked about how this transition to a new president and the tariffs were more serious than most people were pricing in, and how this steep decline would occur. And also he talked about buying bonds. So this is a great video to watch. All right, so I'm going to kick off a couple more of these and keep talking about the code as it's processing. So I'm going to kick off one for Joseph Carlson. And yeah, I like this guy. He does a good job talking about fundamentals. He tends to focus on, big names, Costco, Google, things like that. So great YouTuber here. I like his channel. And so I'm going to kick it off. So I'm going to do a couple I like and then a couple channels that gave terrible advice. So I kicked that one off. And so, so you see, I'm calling the Google Gemini API, and then I pass in that YouTube URL, and that came from the text input that came in from Streamlit. So if they enter the YouTube URL, then we can go ahead and call Google Gemini. And then I pass that URL in as a part here, this part object. And I also pass in my prompt, which is that huge prompt we talked about above. And then also I need to pass in how I want the response to come back. So under response schema, I say I want to use a schema called video data. So that's a pydantic class here. So that's video data. So I said I wanted the who, the background, and a list of predictions in this particular format. And then when I get that data back, you'll notice in my response, I have a response that is parsed. So response.parsed. And so I can write out a subheader of the who. I can write out a subheader of the background. And so you see here, this is my subheader. It's Joseph Carlson is the who that we're talking about. And in his background, he's the presenter that offers insights. He just manages his personal investments, kind of like myself, called the Story Fund, and tracks its performance against the S&P 500. And he made a bunch of predictions. Now, this one, he made a lot of predictions that aren't just about individual stocks. He made predictions about COVID. He said COVID's going to end in 2022 for all intents and purposes. Restaurants will have record dine-in numbers. Software companies will make a big comeback. That one was actually quite bad, I think, because there was a huge decline in tech stocks. He made some predictions about Netflix continuing to lead in the streaming wars. You see there was a steep decline of Netflix of 53% a year after this video was made. He took a lot of shit for that. But he actually stuck to his guns and added to the position. So when, Bill Ackman capitulated on this huge move down and sold all his shares, Joseph Carlson continued to buy. And he said Netflix is going to go to 1,000, which indeed happened. And so I really admire how he was able to stick to this particular call and hold it for the long run and even add to the position in the face of everyone saying there's going to be a recession, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so now I'll run through some of the most popular financial YouTubers, actually. Jeremy of Financial Education, Graham Stephan, very, very popular channel here. They made a video called Revealing Our Best Investment Strategies for 2022. Now, this was a bad year, and so this one might be pretty rough. And you'll see the first pick here is Tattooed Chef. So when I ran this video through my code, it actually crashed. and I wanted to figure out what went wrong. Well, it turns out the stocks he recommended, some of them actually went bankrupt. So his top pick here was a Tattooed Chef, and it actually, my program stopped right here. So it extracted TTCF, and I was like, well, why didn't it work? Well, my code assumes it's going to be able to pull up a chart for that stock. Didn't handle that properly. And I looked up what happened to Tattoo Chef. It went minus 100%. So his top recommendation for that year, he built a huge following, and that company went bankrupt. What else did he pick? Planet 13 Holdings, some weed stock. Didn't do so good. He picked Honest Company, HNST stock. If I look at that, not so great. Smile Direct, SDC, Smile Direct Club. Let's see. I don't know what happened to that. Smile Direct Club stock. Damn it. It looks like that one went minus 100% as well. And so financial education, despite having 842,000 subscribers, and the most recent video having 111,000 views, saying the next Palantir type stock, 100x, might not be the best place to get your financial education from. So what's great about this tool is it lets you look at your sources and see, is this person worth paying attention to? In this case, probably not. So I had a lot of fun with this project, going down memory lane, looking at the old Kathy Wood videos and the crypto predictions that were in 2021. And you'll see a lot of it is actually hilarious looking back how crazy everyone's going about the metaverse and NFTs and Axie Infinity and Ethereum, etc. And these cycles just happen over and over again where people get overly enthusiastic and go crazy, and also get super depressed and panic about everything. So I find the markets very fascinating, how these cycles of fear and greed happen, and it's fun to look back. And what's cool is we can have AI analyze all of this information for you. And so one cool project, if you wanted to extend this concept further, would be to aggregate a bunch of YouTube videos and podcasts into a kind of a financial media search engine I've been thinking about, where you could ask questions on like who is saying what in a particular year or time frame, and then kind of go back and look at that. I find that information fascinating. All right, that's it. I'm going to wrap it here. I left the GitHub link down below if you want to grab the code, mess around with this, maybe extend the concept further. Super fun app to play around with and see what you can do with Google Gemini. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.